All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Professional Time Wasters podcast. I'm, of course, your host, FireWire, and Coolshirt's here again.
Hello, hello, hello.
And, oh man, dude,
We got some somber news.
fuck Nintendo, man. No, it's not
That's what
somber.
we should just change our channel name to Fuck Nintendo.
It's not fuck Nintendo. It's fuck the gaming industry. In reality,
But like in particular Nintendo though.
No, I have a bigger bone to pick with other places other than Nintendo.
Sony.
Yeah, mainly Sony.
See, I have problems with like every industry, like gaming industry, like big like business or whatever. It's just I don't really interact that much with Sony or Nintendo's products.
Yeah, I mean, I don't interact with Sony as much, but I definitely interact with Nintendo stuff. And my biggest issue is when one company, when one actor acts in bad faith, it moves the bar for the ability of the other companies to do the same.
It's like, oh, Nintendo's charging $100 for physical titles. You know, what if Sony decides to start charging $100 for their digital titles because they're getting rid of physical?
Yeah. So, for those who can read the title of the video,
yeah, no one in our fucking audience knows how to read, dude.
I barely know how to read.
I know. You have like a second grade reading level.
Don't ever insult second graders ever again. They try.
Yeah, you don't.
They're out here fighting the real fight. Not only are they trying to learn how to read, they're trying to dodge EDP.
Damn, you're right.
No.
Or the YouTubers trying to use them to get to EDP.
or Minecraft. They've got to contend with EDP, the Minecraft YouTubers and Roblox YouTubers now. Like, you know, it ain't looking good being a second grader right now.
What about Fortnite YouTubers? Is that a thing with them too?
I don't know enough about them.
I don't know either.
Anyway, let's get back on track here.
Anyways, back to Nintendo.
So I'm just sitting there this morning, right? Minding my own business. And I decide, let's take a look at YouTube. Nothing good ever comes from looking at YouTube in the modern era. And I just see, and this comes directly from Nintendo, as of February 26th, 2027, at 12 p.m., Pokebank will be discontinuing its service. So, for those who don't know what Pokebank is the Nintendo 3DS storage ecosystem. You cannot legitimately download it anymore. You haven't been able to download it since 2022 when they killed the servers for the 3DS ecosystem. So, what this means is any Pokemon that you have on there will not be you won't have access to them anymore. They will be deleted. And in doing that as well, my biggest issue with this is they are cutting off an entire list of Pokemon games. It all stems back to some of the biggest issues that are plaguing the video game space as a whole nowadays. You have the termination of these legacy platforms. In my opinion, I don't know if this is real because we don't know the full numbers, but I don't think that the modern generation of consoles are doing well. And
there's no way they can be.
Yeah.
And I barely know anybody who has consoles.
Yeah.
Even the PS5s.
I know.
I think I know 2 people with a PS5.
I know a lot of people that have PS5s.
I know one other person that has an Xbox Series X.
But for me, and like with
other than myself, because I have a Series X, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
My glorified Blu-ray player.
There you go. Your overpriced Blu-ray player.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I use it for.
What is it now? It's going to be a $700. I'm sorry. $700.
Is it a $700 console?
$700+ console. Yes.
I didn't pay that much for it. I paid less than half of that.
Yeah, but what you paid is now the used price. Think about that.
But I bought it used though. That's the thing. I got a pre-owned one.
Yeah, I know.
I got it at GameStop for it was like just as shy of like $300 or whatever.
Well, now it is just shy of.
I think I paid more for my Steam Deck than I did for my Series X.
Yeah. And I mean, you can still do that in the modern age. Don't worry.
No, I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, the Steam Deck OLED is more expensive than the Xbox.
Yeah. Now, so what the reason I say this about the generations of console is ever since switching to the Nintendo Switch, I feel like Pokemon as a whole really fell off. It, mind you, it was not in the greatest spot ever.
I never had a desire to play what was it, Eevee or Pikachu? What were they called?
Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Thank you. Yeah, those games. I never had a desire to play those.
Well, those are, I would consider those spin-off games. Some people say they're mainline, but I consider them spin-offs. If we're going to sit here and talk spin-offs, we'll be here all day because I have my opinions on how modern Pokemon spin-offs are dog shit compared to what we used to get. And
yeah, and the remakes I feel like are pretty dog shit too.
Remakes,
I'm specifically referring to like Brilliant Diamond and Pearl or whatever.
Brilliant Diamond and
I did not like them. Or at least the Brilliant Diamond, which is the one I played.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, their chance of being good was rigged from the start because they're remakes of the inferior and very flawed version of Gen 4.
Even though they could have just made a remake of, what was it, Platinum, right?
Yes. But give me a minute. I have my theory about why Pokebank is being shut down here.
Okay.
That I'll get into later on in the episode. So this also comes on the same day that they're announcing that in October, the Fire Red and Leaf Green ports on the Switch and Switch 2 will officially be getting their Pokemon Home support. They didn't launch with it, mind you. And these are just one-to-one ports of Fire Red and Leaf Green with some exceptions. The exception being the fact that it censors your names now. You can't just name anything like, I don't know,
words you can't say on YouTube.
There you go. Those words. But there's also, I believe, no online support, which makes no sense to me. It has the local support, but it doesn't have online. Now, granted, these games didn't have online when they came out, but for $20, you'd assume that you'd at least get a little more for your money. And you do. You get some events, like exclusive stuff in there that they added. I believe there's like the Mew or something like that. I don't know. But either way, Pokebank, why it's so important. I know, at least for me, I've been playing through. I don't like Nintendo Switch Pokemon. I'm not a fan of 3DS Pokemon either, specifically X and Y. I've kind of turned around a little bit because I recently fully watched the Sun and Moon era anime. I actually bought all of them on DVD here recently as well. And what I'm doing with those is none of your business. But
what are you doing? Gooning to them?
No, I'm
oh, you're ripping them. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's completely within your right. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but either way, so the main thing, right? I don't want to turn into somebody that just repeats the same word. Like you feel me, But
no, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to turn into that. But what I will say is, I personally, I don't know about you, Coolshirt, or anyone else that's listening. I have Pokemon from 10 plus years ago in there. I have Pokemon that you can't get in these modern games anymore. And
does that include your like hacked Pokemon that you had?
Yes, that includes some of those. I could give less a crap about those, but I have an entire competitive team that I used, that I played with and against, like friends that I don't even talk to anymore. Some of which,
I never thought about this, but I have like on Ultra Moon or whatever, I have like an entire I have like 3 separate competitive teams. I like specifically like IV, EV trained and like bred.
Yeah.
That took me like over 200 hours to do.
Yeah. And as of February of next year, they will be trapped in that ecosystem. And
nice.
The thing that the thing that no one, I think, or I don't even want to say no one. I like to believe that the people that watch these episodes, and the majority of people online understand why this is bad, because it basically makes a lot of these games obsolete. And the fact that majority of these games are, or not even the majority, all of them from Gen 7, right? Yeah, Gen 7 and back, you don't have an easy way to move your Pokemon. You don't have a way to keep these things. Now, granted, they're not real. They're real to me. You know how some people would die for their anime body pillows? I
Yeah, you
have,
would.
besides the point. I have some Pokemon on there that I absolutely love. My Mega Mawile, my Mega Gardevoir that I used competitively after they banned Mega Mawile. My Mega Banette, my shiny competitive Garbodor. I can go on and on about all of these things. And I have my only option now, if I ever want to use these Pokemon again, is to move them to Pokemon Home. This is the new option. This is what they're trying to, or it's not even that they're trying, it's what they're forcing you to use. And what Pokemon Home is a separate app that has that can store all of your Pokemon, and it can do all of the features that are in Pokemon games for free or that they removed from Pokemon games. One of my biggest issues with Nintendo Switch Pokemon is the removal of the national decks and the removal, in my personal opinion, of the slogan that really got me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, into Pokemon, which is gotta catch 'em all. I've been joking.
But you can't catch them all anymore.
No, I've been joking ever since. It's no longer you gotta catch 'em all. It's you gotta catch a few. And look, I understand there's over 1,000 Pokemon. All right. But I also remember a time when if you played video games, you were a gamer, and you wanted value from your games. I don't understand this. And it's mainly it's everywhere, okay? But I have not seen it from a like defensive wise, from a more fucking down bad and just downright disgusting fucking community than the Pokemon community. Where they
Are you surprised though?
No, I'm not. Because the majority of voices in the Pokemon community will sell their own fucking friends. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if their own fucking family to Nintendo for a free fucking Nintendo Switch.
I believe that.
For if you were to
You mean a Switch 2? I don't know if they do it for a normal Switch.
Well, yeah, for a Switch 2. I have to put Switch 2 in there now. But back in the day, probably would have been a Switch. But you know.
No, they would have done it for a 3-inch like Pikachu plushie.
Actually, are you ready for this? This is how down bad Pokemon fans are, in my opinion. They would sell out their family, or not fans, but like creators. Let me rephrase that. I bet money some of them would sell out their family for a goddamn 3DS.
Nah, dude, life-size Gardevoir plushie.
I don't have to sell anyone out for that. That thing's still, over there. If you know what,
what about Vaporeon?
I hate Vaporeon. I'm a Glaceon fan. Have and always will be. But
I've always been an Espeon fan.
I understand that. I'll say this for anyone watching: if this video gets 100 likes, I will go on our Twitter and I'll post it here on YouTube too for the people that follow on YouTube. And I will post all of the pictures I have of my life-size Gardevoir plushie just doing stupid bullshit. Like right now, she's sitting in the corner in a Bucky's hoodie and hat. But I have pictures of her like in a fucking maid outfit and stupid bullshit like that. So
that's retarded.
Oh,
you should just post it anyways.
I might, but either way, that's the incentive for anyone that's still watching this far in.
Gardevoir pics for 100 likes.
Yeah, 200, and I'll send them the Gardevoir feet pic.
We might get 1,000 likes just for that.
You'll get. I'll send the Gardevoir feet pic. But so getting back to Pokebank, the main reason why I feel like everyone should be angry about this is you can't transfer your Pokemon to Pokemon Home normally. In order to do that, you have to pay money. you have to be you have to purchase a subscription to Pokemon Home in order to transfer from Pokebank to Home. Mind you as well that in doing this transfer, you cannot go back. Your Pokemon are going to be stuck on Pokemon Home, which has a free version, mind you, but it only gives you a certain number of slots. And when you don't pay for the subscription, they lock your Pokemon. They don't delete them, but I feel like that's coming at a certain point.
Yeah.
And it's just not something that I want to be a part of. It's really not. For me personally, I'm holding out till the last bare moment that someone's going to come up with something, because I know that there is a fan made like style Pokebank. I saw it the other day while playing on my 3DS. I've been playing Black, the original Pokemon Black, because I want to get the save file, transfer it to Black 2, and get Ends Pokemon, which you will no longer be able to move after, after this little jump here. And there's so much that we're going to be losing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that you're not as attached to Pokemon as I am, But
I mean, maybe it's just because the franchise just kind of died for me, but I got into it later in life, not like that much later. I was like late teenage years or whatever. I played through most of the games. They were all right. But yeah, no, I don't think I was ever as hardcore as a lot of other people, even though I did max the decks on like 5 different games.
Yeah, it's my biggest issue is the fact that you're gonna invalidate 7 different regions, 7 different games. I don't know exactly the number of Pokemon that you can catch in these newer games. I don't know what the number or percentage of Pokemon that you can get. And in the original run of this channel, we talked about, because I believe that the new Pokemon game had just come out, Sword and Shield had just come out around the time we started. And there are certain Pokemon that you will never see in certain Pokemon games for reasons that range from they're not that popular to Jinx did blackface back in the day.
I missed that.
I know you do. And
I'm sure there's black people that miss that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's people that are nostalgic for blackface Jinx. Either way, there's no say. It's taking the freedom of choice that players used to have and getting rid of it. And for me, my first ever experiences with Pokemon Online was Black and White. Was Black and White 2. And I remember trading with people. Somebody, for some odd reason, traded me a shiny Scrafty for my Kyurem back before I really fell in love with a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon.
Yeah.
And these games are expensive as is.
Oh yeah, because most of the time now, if you want the older games, you have to pay upwards of $100 a lot of the time.
Yeah, the cheapest Pokemon games are running between $40 and $60, and it is, funny enough, Diamond and Pearl.
Wow.
But Platinum will run you triple digits at least.
Doesn't also Soul Silver, Heart Gold also triple digits, I assume?
So regular Heart Gold and Soul Silver are in the triple digits for just the games. And look, I know that nowadays, now let me preface this. This little next segment all happens in Minecraft. So nowadays, most people just emulate their Pokemon games because it's cheaper. And when you do that, you exist in that ecosystem. There's no getting the Pokemon out of there because it's not the actual game. It has something to do with the files and Wi-Fi codes and things like that. There are ways around it for certain games now. You still have to jump through a shit ton of hoops, but you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this new fan-made Pokebank sadly only encompasses Gens 1 through 5. Does not include Gen 6 or 7. But I'm sorry, it had to be done.
That's retarded.
So in this, We're done in Minecraft, by the way. There's a lot of really nice stuff that I have. I know personally from Gen 7. Gen 6, like I don't think X and Y is the pinnacle of Pokemon. I'd argue that that's the beginning of the end. And a lot of people don't really like Gen 7 either, which is Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. But
I didn't particularly love them, to be honest. Even though I played a lot of hours, I put a ton of hours into them just because they were the most recent game at that point.
Gen or Sun and Moon and the Ultra games are the last games to have the national dex. And in doing that, you can create a living dex in that game. I know that there are a lot of people that have living dexes in Pokebank. So now you're going to have to move all of that. And dude, Pokemon such it's the most popular and most profitable. I wouldn't say most popular. It's the most profitable franchise in the world. People kick through doors. People kill each other. People are actively robbing each other, destroying livelihoods for Pokemon cards. The Pokemon Company is not strapped for cash at all, mind you. Nintendo is not strapped for cash at all with this franchise. There is no reason to do this. And I have, no, let me rephrase this last part. I personally would love to believe that old Nintendo developers and old Nintendo CEOs seeing this are rolling in their graves or are just disgusted with it. At least that's what I'd like to believe. Like how a lot of the old original Halo developers are pissed off with how this remake of Combat Evolved was. I'd like to believe that. But it's a different world over in Japan.
Reality isn't usually as nice as you'd wish it was.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I have not seen the only other franchise or like fan base that I've seen that can get excited over a video game that you know literally nothing about other than, you know, bad experiences or bad PR or bad anything is the GTA fan base.
Oh Lord, we're bringing those people in.
We're not even going to get into that, but I despise what Pokemon is nowadays. That's one of the reasons why I've been holding on to my Pokebank so hard, because modern Pokemon is disgusting. It's filled with people that don't care about the fucking games. It's full of people that only see things as investments. And we know how great those people are, don't we? You know, people that see things only as investments instead of, you know, the human aspect of it.
They're like, oh my gosh, I can flip this shit as a product and scam some motherfucker over with some money.
Yeah. I
can flip this product, or I can ruin this fucking hobby, or I can invest a shit ton of money and ruin this entire like platform, like Logan Paul does with like a bunch of investments with a bunch of different like rich people, where they step into a hobby like manga recently and like a bunch of the other hobbies he's gotten into and pump a bunch of money into it, psych out a bunch of retards, and basically just destroy an entire hobby.
Yeah, and in doing this, that's not even the worst thing. Inflating these prices of cards and games and merchandise. Mind you, I live and Coolshirt lives in America. We don't get the cool Pokemon shit, all right? You get the scraps. Nintendo keeps all the good shit in Japan if you're a Pokemon fan. Or you have to go to the Pokemon centers, which, mind you, there's like one in America, maybe two. And all they have here is plushies and Pokemon cards. They don't have the badass blind boxes. They don't have that really cool Fire Red Leaf Green collector's edition that they released in Japan for the ports of these of these games. They don't have any of that. And it's just sad. And that only scrapes the top. We can have an entire discussion about whatnot streamers and how they scam the hell out of people with Pokemon cards. Or people that resell.
Yeah, isn't that those like shitty like auction streams?
Yes.
Oh God.
There are entire videos dedicated to that. There's people that go open Pokemon card packs and then reseal them with crap and sell them not at market price, not at a discount, no, at $100+ acting like they're real. There's 3 different levels. And mind you, this exists for everything now, but I'm mainly talking about Pokemon here, as since I've been really into it recently, the algorithm is feeding it to me. There's 3 different levels. There's going and buying it from a store, like in my opinion you should always do. Then there's market price, and then there's scalper prices. In my opinion, there should only be one fucking price, and that's however much it costs when you buy it at fucking whatever normal retailer you go to. That's why I don't even go to card shops, because card shops don't sell at that fucking price. They sell at market price, and it's disgusting. Some of these owners and these people will go and just buy the goddamn fucking product straight from Walmart and Target and then go resell it at whatever fucking marked up price they decide to sell it at. Then there's the GameStop controversy, and it goes on and on and on. Pokemon as a franchise is not doing good. Pokemon as a fan base is not doing good, but it keeps making money because in this fucked up world that we live in, as long as you're making money, nothing matters, right? Doesn't matter what the future is going to look like. Doesn't matter that, at least from what I've seen, I don't know any kids that are into Pokemon. I see.
Basically just means that there's no future to Pokemon after a lot of these generations fade out.
Yeah. I see videos of children at these card shows, but they're always with their parents. The middling generation, like not kids, but like teenagers and young adults, I see them filming videos of them buying and trading Pokemon like cards for thousands of dollars, fucking quad digit numbers. That's not a fucking sustainable hobby. And the comments are like, oh yeah, there you go, teaching economics through Pokemon. Why the fuck are you coming to Pokemon for economics? You know what Pokemon taught me?
Pokemon's no longer a franchise anymore.
No.
It's a fucking economy for fucking retards to shovel money into, kind of like CSGO skins and a bunch of other bullshit.
It's gambling at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
that's all it is.
You want to know what Pokemon taught me? I don't know if it taught any of you or if it taught you this Coolshirt. It taught me good versus evil. It taught me being kind to animals and being kind to others. That's what Pokemon taught me.
Wait, Pokemon taught you that?
Yeah.
You want to know what it taught me? Slavery.
Oh, I thought that Michael Vick had a point.
Hey, I did not say that, you know.
No, I mean it's good versus evil. Like even in the like overwhelming might of evil can't overcome the 10-year-old kid and his rat.
Oh my god. The rat he found in the fucking gutter.
Yeah. Well, no, the rat he found in the forest. Pikachu comes from Viridian Forest.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
But that's what I picked up from Pokemon as a kid. But mind
I didn't play it as a kid, though. Maybe that's why I didn't really pick up too much on that stuff.
I mean, I remember fighting to stop Team Aqua and Team Magma in Gen 3 from absolutely obliterating the world. From Deoxys crashing into the fucking world with his fucking meteorite and basically just dinosauring all of the fucking planet. And the remakes are fine. They're downgrades. Like, in my opinion, with the exception of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, every single Pokemon remake is a downgrade. The jump to 3D was a mistake. And
I agree.
I've seen it a couple times, and you and I have talked about this Coolshirt, where we will never truly get the Pokemon game that fans, like real fans, actually deserve. And that is like the Octopath Traveler, like 2D pseudo 3D pixelated game that we really fucking deserve.
Dude, I'd pay $70 for that.
I'd buy the collector's edition. I'd buy the fucking Nintendo Switch 2 combo special edition for that.
But we're never gonna get it.
No, never.
We're gonna get these fucking shitty texture 3D slop games that will never be anywhere near as fun as Pal World.
No, we won't. And they not even as fun as Pal World, and they won't even have the decent level design that the old game has. There's entire videos on YouTube. Go look them up. They'll be more in depth than I could ever be on how ever since Gen 5, the game has regressed in terms of its exploration. Everything is handholdy. It just shows you. Everything's just out there.
It's like the critiques I keep seeing about Campaign Evolved, where it just shows you where the invisible enemies are and stuff like that. It basically just holds your hand.
Yeah.
It's like, I kind of like the older Pokemon games because they don't hold your hand. They, respect your intelligence to be able to figure shit out on your own.
No, and not only that, because since they weren't just giant open worlds that you can just run wherever the moment you fucking get into it, or linear hallway tech demos like Sword and Shield was.
Yeah.
They were finely fucking crafted. The regions feel alive. I'm in the big city in Black and White right now fighting the third gym leader, the bug gym. And dude, that city, the music is so good. There's NPCs that are constantly moving when you go down like certain streets. It feels more alive than modern open world games, with the exception of Elden Ring.
I think even with Elden Ring included, I don't think that Elden Ring is that lived in, considering most of the people in it are dead.
Yeah, but there's still more stuff to do, is what I mean.
Oh yeah, there is more things to do, but I mean, I thought you were getting at like the idea of like people actually living in the open world, and like there's like characters and like NPCs that actually have like schedules and lives.
What I mean more is there's not just an NPC whose whole fucking sole purpose is to stand there and look from one end of the street to another, hoping that the 10-year-old girl or boy comes back so he can make his dog fight his rat.
I mean, it's pretty peak though. I'm just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong. But I mean, in old games as well, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, as well as mainly Gen 4 and 5, and some of Gens 6 and 7 did this, where certain NPCs only spawn during certain days of the week. Certain Pokemon only spawn during some days of the week. Like, for example, in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, on Friday, in the first cave, not Dark Cave, the other one, in between the first and second gyms, if you go back with Surf on Friday, there's a Lapras. That's the only way to get Lapras in the game.
Interesting.
I can go on and on with things like that. You can just Google it nowadays. You don't have to discover it anymore. You could even, back when the game was out, you could just look it up. That's how I figured it out. And it's just disappointing. It really is, to see where it's gone. And what does all of this have to do with Pokebank? When Pokebank dies, these games become no different from emulators. Anyone that goes and spends $100+ on a copy of Black and White or Black and White 2, there's no point. Just emulate it.
And you should emulate it. It's a great game.
You do what you want. But for me, these games and their ecosystems should be preserved forever because they're amazing. That's what the whole Stop Killing Games movement is doing. Is trying to stop things like this. But sadly, it's way too late. We've already lost things that dwarf Pokemon Bank, dwarf these Pokemon games. We don't have Halo 3, we don't have Halo Reach's original servers anymore. And why'd they do that? To push you onto the new console. To push you into buying Master Chief Collection. And that's my theory as to why they're killing Pokemon Bank and not extending it. Why they're just going to willingly let it shut down.
Because they want you to buy the new games instead of playing the old ones.
They want to push you into buying a Switch 2 because the new games are only coming on Switch 2. They want you on the Switch 2 platform because in Fire Red and Leaf Green are the best games on the Nintendo Switch. And I have a feeling
that's not true. Space Marine 2.
I said on the Switch, not on your newest portable heater.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I was trying to make a joke about the fact that you can get that on there now.
No, you'll be able to. You can't get it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's gonna burn brighter than a freaking molten lava hot pocket.
Oh yeah, no, it's
or honey bun or whatever it was.
It is
one meme that was going around.
I'm fully expecting that the game is either there's two options for that game: run like shit, or you're gonna have a lot of people complaining that it melted their Switches. But nobody buys a Switch to play Space Marine.
I do.
You have a PC. Stop lying.
I'm joking.
No. My theory is every single Pokemon game at some point is going to be ported to the Switch too. I think we're going to see Gen 3 next in Ruby and Sapphire, possibly even Emerald. And they're going to be the same thing, just copy and pasted, low effort, copy and paste it. But don't worry, you'll be able to use Pokemon Home. Then we'll see Gen 4 and 5. I don't know.
Don't you have to pay for Pokemon Home?
Yes. I said this earlier.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So, yes and no. So, you have to pay for Pokemon Home. I'll say this again. You have to pay the subscription to transfer from Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home and to get the extended storage. You do not have to pay for Pokemon Home just to use Pokemon Home.
That sounds really dumb.
Yes, and it is a monthly subscription. I believe it's $5.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have to have a Nintendo Online account already in order to be able to use it?
Yes.
Huh.
So for those,
So you have to have 2 subscriptions.
yes, or no,
That's retarded.
No,
or at least the one.
No, you an online account. No, you do not need an online account.
Oh, you don't need an online account.
No, because Pokemon Home is an app both on the Switch platform and in the App Store.
Wait, why is it on the App Store?
Because it also works with Pokemon Go. Okay, so let me give a little bit.
That a game existed, to be honest.
Let me give a little bit of in-depth to give some actual, hard concrete numbers here. So, straight from Google, the premium,
the most trusted source.
The premium plan pricing: $2.99 for 1 month, $4.99 for 3 months, $15.99 for 1 year. The key differences between the standard and the regular: storage limit. The free plan holds 30 Pokemon, so 1 box. Premium plan holds 6,000. Pokebank transferred. A judging function. What's a judging function, you say? Well, you know how in every Pokemon game there's an NPC that will tell you the number of IVs that your Pokemon has, if it's perfect or not? They charge you for that. And
what the fuck?
Yeah. The final thing, trading capacity. So Pokemon Home has its own trading ecosystem. It's where they put wonder traits. You can host custom trade rooms, things like that. You can do this on the free plan, but you can do it bigger. You can do 10 Pokemon as opposed to 3. And all of this is to move people into that ecosystem to get them paying. And if you don't pay, like I said, they lock you out of your Pokemon. They don't delete them just yet, but I swear that will be coming. You can quote me on it.
I mean, I believe you.
This is the same company that refuses to put the national decks in because they don't want to deal with balancing. This is the same company that doesn't want to add features to their games that they used to. Instead, they make shitty mobile spin-offs of their games instead of just making a fucking actual battle fucking network or endgame battle tower or anything. Pokemon's not getting better, it's only getting worse. And to have the gall to drop this news, we're recording this on Thursday. It is August the 13th. The 30th anniversary for Pokemon TCG set drops the 16th this Sunday. Happy anniversary! All your Pokemon are getting deleted.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this. I do. I don't want to pay the subscription. I don't. But I don't want to lose these Pokemon even more. I couldn't tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm in defiance. I will not support this. One, because it doesn't matter, and I'm not going to lie to you. It could come January, and I could say, you know what? There's no other options. These other things aren't trustworthy enough. And I can just go and just going to move them to Pokemon Home and then let them be held hostage there. I could go and there's external devices and ways that you can rip save files from Pokemon games and hold Pokemon storages that way. But I don't trust it, and storage space is expensive as hell in this day and age. I don't want to waste areas on my PC or on my 3DS and those limited storage capacities on files for things like that. That fan-made Pokemon bank is only up to Gen 5. A lot of my Pokemon are Gen 6 and older. And mind you, if they touch an older or a Gen 6 or a Gen 7 game, you can't send them backwards anymore. They can only go forwards. It's all to get you to spend more money. It's all to get you to pay for subscriptions. Subscriptions are the way of the future.
You mean the way of now?
No, because here's
subscriptions have been a thing since Netflix started that.
Subscriptions, yes, they've been a way for a while, but I mean subscriptions are the way of the future in terms of they're killing out the last remnants of free stuff that we have, is what I mean.
But nothing is ever truly free.
I mean, you're not wrong. I did have to spend money on a 3DS. I did have to spend money on a SD card, all those Pokemon games. But remember, Coolshirt, this was an era when Nintendo Online was free. That's what they're really killing. This is back when you could store your Pokemon for free. Pokebank did have a subscription as well. I'm not going to sit here and say that it didn't. It did. But the Pokemon fan base, They don't care. The Pokemon fan base is like everything else nowadays. They only care about today and how it can benefit them today. If you want my opinion, go support a fan project. Go support Pal World. Go play the Minecraft Cobblemon or Pixelmon mods. Those games are 10 times better than anything that Nintendo has put out in a very long time. The only reason
probably will ever produce.
No. Gen 5 is still better in every way than Power World.
No. I mean, like, in terms of, like, going
forward.
I said produce. I mean, produce in, like, the going forward.
Yeah,
obviously.
They will produce going forward. I know. Just have to make sure, try to get you
I don't think
involved.
You understand. I don't think you understand the words I'm saying.
No, I understand. I just got to get you a little more involved.
No,
but there's no changing this. Like,
there's no going back. I mean, as Pokemon as a franchise, it's been cooked for like the last, I would say, 10 years almost now.
Over 10 years.
Yeah, and then I've lost my interest steadily over that period of time, and I continue to. I don't think I've been like adamantly interested in like playing a Pokemon game for like at least 6 or 7 years. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the game's cooked. The future of the franchise is all being bet on a game that people say, oh my god, it looks so cool. But will it be better than Pal World? No, it won't. It's going to be honest. But I wouldn't hold a mainline Pokemon game and Pal World to the same scrutiny or to the same standard. Because to me, Pal World is a lot more similar to a spin-off Pokemon game in what a spin-off Pokemon game should be. But they don't make good spin-off Pokemon games anymore. They haven't made a good spin-off Pokemon game since the Nintendo DS. Not the 3DS, the DS.
Or DS Lite.
I mean, it's all the DS ecosystem. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like DS Lite, DSi, stuff like that. And that's like black and white era.
I think that's all I have to say. Any more, and
I wish I had more to say, but the thing is that I've given up on the franchise like a long time ago. So
seeing what Campaign Evolved did, and seeing all of the negative publicity, and seeing what we've lost with Halo has relit a spark in me, because I know that I have no power or control over this, but I feel like I let Halo die by saying nothing. It was going to die regardless, but at least I would have been saying that I was saying something. At least I would have been saying, hey, I made a podcast back in the day when Halo 5 came out, or I made a YouTube video back
we've been talking about how shit Halo was since Halo 4 and Halo 5.
Yeah, but talking amongst friends
is different than like, podcast. I get what you mean, but like, we've been adamant haters of it for a long time. I mean, and I don't think anybody is like got a special take for being a hater of 343 Halo. I feel like if you truly love Halo as a franchise, you're probably like sitting there like those memes or whatever, and you're just like in utter despair.
Look at how
because the franchise is just gone. It's a husk of what it once was. There is no semblance or even like a remembrance of what the actual feeling and experience was. Master Chief Collection can only like give you so much of like the way back machine of playing the games. It's not the same as the 360 lobbies. It never will be. That's the sad part, in my opinion. It's like you'll never get those multiplayer lobbies back. You'll never get that experience of just hooking up the Xbox 360 controllers at a friend's house and just playing for hours.
And Pokemon is going down a route that's 10 times worse than that. It has less of a chance of being saved than I'd say Halo does, giving a little bit of optimism there. Mainly because of all of
Cope.
It ain't Cope. It's watching all those people that are getting fired.
Okay, you're right. I will say I actually do have a little bit of optimism for Xbox because of all the people that are getting fired.
Yeah.
So that's besides the point.
To quote Actman, all right? Seeing all of this and all of the changes that are happening when it comes to Halo, I've become an like just over positive optimist that the future is bright because of all the firing. But with Pokemon, I don't see it. I see a fan base that is driven by monetary gain, that only cares about how much money can I make, how much product can I scalp, how much influence can I make by playing this game or saying, oh, this is great because it has this one Pokemon that I enjoyed 10 years ago when I was a kid. You don't bring in new people. Pokemon isn't bringing in new people. Halo brought in new people. They were the wrong people. Pokemon isn't bringing anyone new in because the practices don't encourage that. And no one in the Pokemon space is saying a damn thing about it. I see a shit ton of videos of people gassing up Pokemon, the competitive free-to-play battle format bullshit game with the battle pass and subscription and everything like that. I see people dedicating entire channels, getting big, reselling fucking Pokemon, ripping Pokemon card packs, chasing Pokemon. Is it the worst thing going on in the world? No, it's not. Not even by a fucking long shot. It's the epitome of a first world problem.
Are we sure that these Pokemon card channels aren't being run by Jews?
I cannot confirm that.
Or deny?
Yeah.
Understood.
But
in Minecraft, obviously. In Minecraft. That question was asked in Minecraft, of course.
Bring it
in
on.
case our overlords are listening,
If you are, fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Not in Minecraft.
You too, Obama.
I like his memes. That's about it.
Yeah, his memes are pretty funny.
But Pokemon needs to change. And the only way it's going to change is...
I'm gonna be real. I disagree. You want to know what I want to happen so badly?
What?
Is I want all these franchises to just die.
You say
is that a weird take? Is that a weird take? I'm being serious when I say that. I'm not trying to be facetious or stupid or whatever. I feel like the creativity of those franchises has already been spent, and I think that we're at the point where the good years are gone and they're never coming back. And so they should just have a final send off and be done. And there should be some new idea to come out like at some point or another. There has to be fresh ideas for new generations and things like that. Star Wars is going to be, that horse is never going to get, unclogged or whatever. But there's so many franchises that I feel like just need to end at some point.
I agree with you on that 100%. But the problem with that Coolshirt is these...
they can't make money off of it anymore.
Well, that's one thing. You got to keep the lights on. And number two, everything that you say that needs to happen cannot be brought by the people that are making these things.
No, I know.
And a lot of people like to say that the future of media is independent, not just gaming, but media. But I'm going to tell you this: in a truly perfect world, I understand wanting these IPs to die, but we get a flow of new IPs and hold. Quality dips from some, it comes back in others. But independent studios don't have the manpower, and they don't have the funding most of the time to make the experiences of Halo. If you want an experience on the level of Halo, I'm sorry, that is never coming from an independent studio. If you want an experience of Pokemon, I'm sorry, you're never getting that from an independent studio. You're not. But I'm going to tell you this, you got a better chance of getting it from Pokemon than from Halo. Because
I disagree. I think independent studios can. It just depends on the amount of crowdfunding or things of that nature. I think the potential is there if the right ideas are put forward and the right minds, and they actually sell the idea instead of actually just wasting a bunch of money on terrible ideas and things like that through development, and are smart about it. I don't think early access is the way. I think that can be a way to fund a project like that.
But that's not Halo. That's not Pokemon. That's not a complete product.
I'm not asking for Halo though. That's the thing.
But no, I'm saying that if you want things that are on that level, you're not just asking for the storytelling. You're asking for the quality. You're asking for the quantity. And that kind of stuff doesn't exist anymore. The main reason Pokemon's in the shitter is because quality went down. The main reason why Halo's in the shitter is because quality went down. The main thing for everything. And in order to truly bring things back, it has to be both sides, both the new and the old existing together. And they don't step on each other. It's not about letting the old stuff die and to make room for new stuff. Because if the old stuff dies, then trust me, you should be really afraid for the void that it leaves. And the new generation or the new
that
thing.
Void's already there. That's the problem.
I think the void's already there for people like you and me who play a lot of these games, who are always... I wouldn't say you and I are chronically...
The problem is that the problem is it doesn't just go to games.
No.
This applies to so many genres of media and all sorts of crap. The problem is that I just feel like creativity is just dead in some aspects. I don't know, maybe not in every area. I think there are great and creative ideas being like put out there and stuff, but there hasn't been anything that's been impressive to me, at least like significantly from like the games industry outside of like maybe Expedition 33, which I thought was good, like a genuinely good fun game.
Take care of yourselves, everybody. There's social media stuff down below. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I'm not your dad. Have a good one.
Kill yourself.